Hello, Coal Mill Road Church of Christ family. This is Ben again. Last week, I sent you a video through Family News talking about the season of Advent, which is coming up soon. This time, I want to tell you a little bit more about what we're going to do as a church through that season, so you know what to expect. Our worship services, Advent is the 4 Sundays leading up to Christmas, so that'll begin on November 27th. Our worship services will look mostly the same on those Sundays, but a couple of differences I do want to let you know about. One is we'll be making use of a tradition called an Advent wreath. That's a round wreath. It's usually made out of greenery. It has 4 candles on the outside, 1 candle on the inside. And the candles have names. There's the candle of hope and the candle of peace, the candle of joy, and the candle of love. And that candle in the middle is called the Christ candle. It's meant to symbolize the presence of Christ. And part of what we're going to do is we're going to light a different one of those candles each week, building up to Christmas Sunday. And doing so, we're symbolizing what John's Gospel talks about when it talks about the arrival of Christ into the world, that the light of God has come into the darkness of this present age, but the darkness cannot extinguish the light. And so especially for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere for whom these are some of the darkest days of the year, these candles have been used throughout the centuries as a way of symbolizing the presence of Christ and that hope of promise, that the darkness does not win. Each one of those themes, the names of the candles, are also the themes of worship each Sunday, because Advent as a season of anticipation teaches us as Christians, how do we wait? How do we wait for the arrival of Christ? How do we wait for Christ to be the one who comes and sets everything right and not getting in a hurry to fix everything ourselves? And so we wait with hope. We wait with joy. We wait with peace. We wait with love. We're also going to have a special children's blessing each Sunday. Jody Brown, one of our worship team members, has helped put that together for us. And that's going to be a way for children of all ages, although elementary and under will be invited to come up on the stage and take part in this, to explore those themes a little bit further and how they've been understood around the world. So if you see a few gifts that are up on the stage that you haven't seen before, they're probably not the kinds of gifts that you'll have around your tree this year, but they will be gifts for us as we open those together during the children's blessings in worship. There are also several other things coming up as a church through this season that I want to let you know about. On December 4th, our family ministry is hosting a gingerbread house building. That's for children and families, although children can be of all ages. If you want to build a gingerbread house and come join us, please do on that day. On December 7th, we'll have our first Wednesday meal for December. It'll be a finger food potluck, so bring some of your favorite seasonal dishes to share with others. And we'll also have a special performance from our adult and children's Christmas choruses. So that's a time that you won't want to miss. On December 10th, our outreach ministry is hosting a neighborhood Christmas sing-along where we invite your neighbors, invite your friends, invite your enemies, invite anybody you want to come. We're going to sing well-known Christmas songs together as well as tell the Christmas story for all hearers who gather for that. On December 11th, we're going to be visited by one of our global mission partners. Team Bills is coming to us from Accra, Ghana. Some of them will be involved in our worship service that Sunday. We'll get to hear more about their work and ministry, and so I hope you'll make plans to join us for that Sunday too, December 11th. On December 17th, if you're like me and you like buying gifts, but you don't necessarily like wrapping gifts, our youth group has got you covered. They are hosting a gift wrapping service project up at our building. So bring your unwrapped Christmas gifts, bring them to them. They will wrap them up, and you can bring them and impress your family and friends with your wonderful gift wrapping skills. So that'll be on December 17th. And finally, Christmas Day is actually a Sunday this year, so December 25th. We'll be having a very simple family-style worship service here on that Sunday. There won't be any classes or any other additional activities, but just a time to come together as a family of faith to remember the Christmas story, the arrival of Christ into the world. And so if you're in town, I hope you'll make plans to join on Christmas Sunday as well. That's a pretty full calendar this year, but most importantly this Advent, I hope for all of us that we are aware of our identity in Christ and the way that we anticipate Christ's coming into the world to make things right defines the way that we enter and live into this year. And next week, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about some ways to encourage participating in Advent at home. But for this week, I just want to invite you to join in what we're doing as a church as we celebrate this time of year together.